Hello all, Namaste. Welcome to Geography of Karnataka series. Today's topic is going to be river systems of Karnataka. River systems are divided into two parts, part 1 and part 2. Today's episode is going to be just part 1, that is level 1 of river systems. So what are we going to study in this episode is 1, you'll study all the important drainage basins of Karnataka, 2, important water divides, 3, important river patterns that exist in Karnataka, 4, you'll study the left bank and right bank tributaries of all the rivers that pass through Karnataka. Alright. In the next episode, that is part 2, you will study further details of all these rivers. That is, 1, you will understand the source of each of the river. 2, you will memorize how the entire path of the river, that is, which are the important cities, important districts, important dams, important waterfalls that lie along the path of this river. That is, in detail discussion of each of this river system. This is the primary focus of KPSC exam, and it is going to be concise as much as possible. So without further ado, let us start with the first topic, that is part 1. Let us understand some of the drainage system that exist in Karnataka. Before that, Karnataka occupies around 6% of land area in India and 6% of surface water, whereas it has only 4.4% of underground water. Now, the drainage patterns of Karnataka. So let us see the drainage basin that exists in Karnataka. There are primarily 3 main rivers that flows through Karnataka. However, we have 5 drainage basins. Which are they? The first one includes the Godavari river system. The main river Godavari does not flow through Karnataka, but a tributary of Godavari, that is Manjra and Karanja, flows through Karnataka. So this is a minor basin of Godavari in the district of Bidar itself, in the Bidar district, followed by Krishna basin. The Krishna basin is the largest basin in Karnataka, occupying around 60% of the geographical area of Karnataka. Then we have the west flowing river basins. That is, to the west of the Western Ghats, we have the west flowing river basin occupying around 14% of the land area. To the south, we have Kaveri River Basin, followed by North Pennar, South Pennar, and Palar, all emerging from Nandidurg ranges. So basically, we can divide the river basins into these divisions, into these 6 to 7 basins: Godavari, Krishna, west flowing rivers, Kaveri, and Pennar and Palar rivers. And if we consider Karnataka as a 100% geographical area, 60%, around 60% is occupied by Krishna alone, followed by 18% by Kaveri river, followed by 14% of west flowing, and 7% by Nandidurg rivers, and remaining minute around 2% by the Godavari rivers. This is the drainage basins in Karnataka. Now let us see the east versus west flowing rivers. If we draw the Western Ghats here, alright, through the districts of some parts of Belgaum, followed by Uttar Karnataka, Udupi and Dakshin Karnataka, the rivers that flow to the east of the Western Ghats are known as east flowing rivers, while the rivers that flow to the west of the Western Ghats are the west flowing rivers. In terms of area, the east flowing rivers cover around 87% of geographical area. So you see Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri and all the Penna rivers are the east flowing rivers, occupying 87% of geographical area. However, the surface volume of water that it carries is only 42%. Okay. Though 87% of land area is there, only 42% of the water that passes through Karnataka is in the east flowing rivers, whereas the west flowing rivers to the west of the Western Ghats occupy only 14% of land area. So this yellow patch here is the 14% of total area of Karnataka, but it has a volume of 59% of total surface water area that Karnataka gets. So we see that due to southwest monsoon, more than 300 centimeters of annual rainfall happens in the western side of the Western Ghats, due to which we have lot of surface water. However, most of it drains into Arabian Sea. That is why some of our yojanas are of diverting some of the water from these west flowing rivers towards east flowing rivers. Alright, moving on, we have seen the drainage systems of Karnataka. Let us now see the important water divides in Karnataka. We have four main water divides. Let us see all of them. What is a water divide? A water divide is a mountain range or a system of higher plateaus from where the water drains into opposite direction. That is, if we assume this as the water divide, the pink lines here are the water divides in Karnataka. So the first water divide here is the Western Ghat itself. So Western Ghats here is a mountain range. Okay, the Western Ghats are the mountain range here from where the west and the east flowing rivers emerge. We have already discussed the volume and which are the rivers in this divide. Next, we have the Harishchandra Ghat Balghat range, that is separating this is the Harishchandra Balghat range that separates the Godavari basin from that of Krishna basin. The third water divide is a small mountain range from almost Chikmagalur district. If we draw a line up to Kolar, we have the next water divide up to Kolar or up to Bangalore rural. We have the next water divide that separates the river systems of Krishna from Kaveri. The last water divide is the Nandidurg mountain ranges that divides the Palar and Penna rivers from Kaveri river. So this is the next water divide that separates Kaveri from the Palar and Pennar ranges. These are the important water divides in Karnataka. Now let us understand the last point in the basic fact, that is the river patterns that exist in Karnataka. What is a river pattern? River pattern means what is the pattern in which the river system flows in this river basin. That is, we have various river patterns. Like, let us see an image now. So this shows how the rivers flow depending upon the topography of the region. So in Karnataka, we mainly have four types of river patterns: dendritic, parallel, radial, and another one is known as consequent. So what is a dendritic pattern? Dendritic pattern means there will be the primary river and the tributaries of river join the primary river like this at different points. Okay, so it looks like a main trunk of a tree followed by different branches arising from it at different points. So hence this is a tree-like form of a river system known as dendritic river system. Next, we have the parallel river system where it is very simple. The rivers flow parallel to each other. Okay, they do not meet. So this is a different river, this is a different river, this is a different river, and this is a different river. So they travel parallel to each other. The third one is the radial pattern where from a certain source, say a mountain range, the river starts flowing from it in different direction. Since the mountain is at a higher elevation, so the source of water emerges from different direction, and this is known as the radial form of pattern. So in Karnataka, we mainly have four patterns. Krishna river and Kaveri river follows dendritic form of river pattern, whereas the west flowing rivers follow the parallel river system. And the Nandidurg rivers, that is Palar, Pennar and Ponnayar, follow the radial form of pattern from the Nandidurg range itself. This is about the river patterns of Karnataka. Now let us study the left bank and right bank tributaries of each of these rivers. Let's start with the Godavari river. So in the Godavari, we have two tributaries that flows through Karnataka. One is the Manjra, flowing from west to east through Karnataka. It comes from Maharashtra and flows through the northern part of the Bidar district in west to east direction, whereas Karanj river flows in the east to west direction. So I've told you four river patterns and I've explained three of them, right? The fourth one I've told is the obsequent river pattern. What is an obsequent river pattern? It is when the tributary of a river flows in the opposite direction to the main river. That is, look here, that Manjra flows from west to east direction, whereas Karanj river starts its journey in Telangana and flows in the east to west direction joining Manjra in this way. So can you see this is the opposite direction of Manjra river? This kind of river system where a tributary flows in opposite direction to the main river is known as consequent river system. Okay, moving on. So there are two tributaries of Godavari in Karnataka, Manjra and Karanj. Next, we have the most important Krishna river system. I've told Krishna occupies 60% of the land area of Karnataka. Let us see the path of Krishna river. It begins its journey in Maharashtra and flows through Karnataka, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh before draining to Bay of Bengal. The depth of this river we'll study in the part 2. In this episode, we'll only memorize left and right bank tributaries from KPSC point of view. Which are the left bank tributaries of Krishna? We have 5 important tributaries. They are the first one, Doni, starts its journey in Bijapur and joins Krishna in Yadgir district, Yadgir and Raichur border. Next, the most important Bhima river. Bhima is the most important left bank tributary joining the Krishna river at Raichur district, very close to Raichur city itself. Next, we have 3 important rivers in the state of Telangana. They are Dindi, Musi and Munneru. It is on the Musi river that the city of Hyderabad resides. Okay, the Hyderabad city is along the river Musi and river Musi plays a very important role in the water supply, that is supplying the water needs of the city of Hyderabad. These are the 5 left bank tributaries. Now, the right bank tributaries. Koina, very important because there is a Koina dam as well and Koina wildlife sanctuary. It joins Krishna very close in Maharashtra itself. Next, we have 2 of them, Panchganga and Dudhganga. Panchganga, Dudhganga both join Krishna in the earlier stage of the Krishna river itself. Okay. Next, we have a very important tributary, that is Ghataprabha. Ghataprabha is a right bank tributary and we have the most important Gokak Falls on Ghataprabha river itself. So Ghataprabha, Gokak Falls. The next tributary is the Malaprabha river. Malaprabha river begins its journey in Belgaum district and flows eastwards to join the river Krishna at Kudal Sangama. The famous place of Kudal Sangama is where Malaprabha joins the river Krishna. Next, we have the most important Tungabhadra. Tunga and Bhadra begin their journey and join each other near the Shimoga district as Tungabhadra and flows northeastwards to join the river Krishna near Kurnool district of Andhra Pradesh. There are 2 important tributaries that join Tungabhadra as well, Varda and Vedavati. Varda is the left bank tributary of Tungabhadra, whereas Vedavati is the right bank tributary of Tungabhadra. A quick recap of all of this, the main river Krishna. We have 5 left bank tributaries, Doni, Bhima, Dindi, Musi, Munneru. We have 6 important right bank tributaries. They are Koina, Panchganga and Dudhganga. Next 3 important in Karnataka are Malaprabha, Ghataprabha and Tungabhadra. Ghataprabha has Gokak Falls, Malaprabha joins near Kudal Sangama. Tungabhadra itself has 2 important tributaries, Varda and Vedavati. Okay, this is about the river structure of Krishna Basin. Next, let us go to the dashboard. We have finished the first 2. Let us go into the west flowing rivers. So we have 11 important west flowing rivers. All of them arise very close to the Western Ghats. Some of them even arise in the eastern part of the Western Ghats and flow towards west side. Okay, let us start with the first one, that is Mahadai river. So Mahadai river is here. So it flows from the Belgaum district. It flows into the state of Goa. This is the Goa district here. This is Goa. So Mahadai river flows as Mandovi in Goa before draining into Arabian Sea. This is the Arabian Sea here. So Mahadayi, most important river. Also, we have a controversy going between the state of Karnataka and Goa because Karnataka wants to divert two tributaries of Mahadayi, that is Kalsa Banduri, towards Malaprabha river in order to feed the Belgaum district. However, Goa has opposed this. We'll study further in river disputes of Karnataka. For now, Mahadayi river, an important left bank tributary, flows as Mandovi in Goa. All right. Next, we have four important rivers which flow parallel to each other in the district of Uttar Karnataka. They are Kali, Bedti, Aghanashini, and Sharavati. There are many waterfalls that form because of the rapid flow of water from a higher region, that is Western Ghats, to the coastal region here. All these waterfalls, on which waterfalls exist, we will read in the part 2. For now, just memorize these river names: Kali, Bedti, Aghanashini, and Sharavati rivers. These are the rivers which flow through the district of Uttar Kannada before draining into Arabian Sea. The important rivers in the district of Udupi are Chakra, the first one, followed by Varahi, Sita, and Swarna. These are the four rivers, important rivers in the district of Udupi. In the Dakshin Karnataka district, we have a very important river, Netravati, draining very close to the city of Mangalore into Arabian Sea. Netravati river. Finally, we have Barapol river that begins its journey in Kodagu district and flows into the state of Kerala. Kerala is here. This is the state of Kerala. So Barapol begins its journey and flows through Kerala before draining into Arabian Sea. So these are the 11 most important rivers. There are many more, but these are the important ones. A quick revision of all of them. Mahadayi in Belgaum district, Kali, Bedti, Aghanashini, and Sharavati in Uttar Karnataka, Chakra, Varahi, Sita, Swarna in Udupi, Netravati in Dakshin Karnataka, Barapol starts its journey in Kodagu and flows through Kerala before draining into Arabian Sea. Moving on, let's go to another important river basin, that is Kaveri rivers. Let's see the movement of Kaveri river begins its journey from Brahmagiri hills of Western Ghats and flows southeastwards through the states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu before draining into Bay of Bengal. So let us see the left bank tributaries. There are four left bank tributaries. The first one is the Harangi, followed by Hemavati, Shimsha, and Arkavati rivers. The first one, that is Harangi, is missed in animation. So this is Harangi river, the first one, followed by Hemavati, Shimsha, and Arkavati rivers. These are the important left bank tributaries. So which are the important right bank tributaries in Karnataka? First one is Lakshman Tirtha, followed by a very important Kabini, or which Kabini dam also exists, Kabini river, followed by Suvarnavati, Moyar. Moyar forms the border between Karnataka and Kerala. That is the Gundlupet district here and Wayanad district. Flowing between them is the Moyar river, which also joins the Kaveri river in the state of Tamil Nadu. Here we have seen only the tributaries in Karnataka. I have another map where we will see all the tributaries of Kaveri river. So which are the left bank tributaries? Harangi, Shimsha, Arkavati, and Himavati. So if a question comes, arrange the left bank tributaries in west to east direction, what would be our answer? The first one is the Harangi, west to east, right? So the first river that comes is Harangi. This is Harangi. Next is Hemavati. Harangi is first. Next is Hemavati, followed by Shimsha river, and the last one Arkavati, which begins its journey close to Bangalore itself. Arkavati. Now, can you arrange in the similar way the right bank tributaries from west to east? You have to. That is, we start with Lakshman Tirtha river, followed by Kabini, Suvarnavati. Then we have Bhavani in Tamil Nadu, Noil, and Amaravati. So you see, Arkavati is the left bank tributary, whereas Amaravati is the right bank tributary of river Kaveri. Bhavani, Noil, and Amravati are tributaries that join Kaveri river in the state of Tamil Nadu. Okay, Bhavani, Noil, and Amravati in the state of Tamil Nadu. So these are the rivers in the river basin of Kaveri. Now let's go to the last one, that is the Pennar and Pala rivers. So I've told you that Pennar and Pala river follow a radial basin. That is, we have Nandidurg range here, and from the Nandidurg range, all these three river emerges, right? So let us see the river patterns of Palar and Pennar. So the North Pennar, okay. So the North Pennar has left bank tributaries as Jayamangali and right bank tributaries as Chitravati and Papagni. Chitravati and Papagni. So if you observe in this system, we see, I've told you that this is the Nandidur mountain range systems, right? This is the Nandidur mountain range system. And it is from here that all these rivers flow in radial pattern. That is, North Pennar goes in this direction. The South Pennar, also known as Ponnayar, flows southwards, and Palar flows in the eastward direction, and that's why radial pattern can be seen here. So we have studied the Nandidurg river system as well. That is North Pennar, South Pennar, and Pala rivers. North Pennar has tributaries of Jayamangali, Chitravati, and Papagni. Alright, so let me go back to our dashboard. So this marks all the river systems of Karnataka. I'll show you the last map which has all the rivers. So whenever you're free, kindly go through this, take 2 minutes time and revise all the tributaries of all the river systems. Okay, this dashboard has all the information that's required. Okay, the map is not to scale, but it looks somewhat like this. So you can see that you revise the Godavari tributaries, next revise the Krishna tributaries. Go with the left bank ones and the right bank tributaries. Next, study all the 11 west flowing rivers, followed by Kaveri's left bank and right bank. Remember, we don't have Bhavani, Noil, and Amravati rivers here, which are in the state of Tamil Nadu. Next, you remember the Pennar and Palar river systems. Okay, so this marks the end of the revision of the part 1. Let us meet you all in the part 2, where we'll go in little more depth of each of these rivers. Thank you.